Poems came in a funny way because the committee was trying to think of some way to illustrate something in the park. And I think I think the initial option, I'm not sure, but the initial option was something like, let's put up information plaques, the kind they have on Winston Churchill Square. And somebody else said, well, you know, we've got a poet laureate. Let's see if the poet laureate can write poetry. So how did I get into it? It was very simple. I received a phone message in a very rapid voice, which all I could catch was poems hanging on poles. And I thought, this is amusing. So I reran the message and I got another laugh. And then I thought, this is so amusing, it'd be worth calling and finding out what was meant. So I followed up and had a meeting and was overwhelmed by, this was Linda Wedman, who contacted me from Works in Public, Art in Public Places or whatever. And she does the works and all that sort of thing. And I understood the rapid voice because she's in incredible energy and enthusiasm all the time. But she explained the whole project to me and said, asked me if this would interest me. And it did. But you can see that I wasn't leaping at it. And the reason I wasn't leaping at it is because I don't perceive myself as entirely, I might not have been the right poet for the project. Because I write different kinds of poems, but then I thought, no, if you're a public poet laureate, you should be able to do this. So I then, I don't know if I hemmed and hawed or what, but eventually I had a meeting with the whole committee, which consisted of the architect, the representative of the city from the Parks Committee, and Linda. And this was a very rapid meeting because the architect was a little late, and I was on the verge of playing squash, and we had roughly 5 minutes when it turned out. And he, in his wonderful, quiet way, asked me if I'd given any thought to this project. And my first question to him was, can your printer, the person who makes these things, these plaques, can he do accents? And his eyes just lit up. And he said, oh, yes. Because Doug, I think Doug's degree is from Montreal. He comes here from Montreal, at least. And he understood exactly what I meant. So that would mean French. And then I said, can you do the Cyrillic alphabet? Then his eyes really lit up. And I said, well, then you can probably do Chinese characters, right? Yes. Yes, he said, yes, yes, yes. So he could see the direction I was taking, and it certainly was along the line of what he was taking, but where we ran into difficulty was when he announced the themes. Poems along the river, the role of the river in the life of Edmonton. Well, the river's everywhere, so this is not difficult. Poems above that run from the dance theater to the Chinese garden, Edmonton in the world. Everybody went silent and they waited for an answer from me. And I said, well, do you have any idea what you mean by that? And they said, no, we were hoping you would help us. Well, I said, okay, my first answer is it will not include Wayne Gretzky. I've had enough of the City of Champions, but I said, I forgot. We are going to do Chinese characters. We are going to do Cyrillic. That's the answer. Okay, bye. I'll see you later. This was the end of the interview. We hadn't agreed whether I was going to do it or not. So they phoned me later in the week and they said, they like your plan. As if I had a plan. So that was the conception of the project.